Outbooks, we had been outsourcing for approximately 7 years and had about 4 different suppliers. The issue really was that we weren't getting a settled service. We've always promised our clients a guaranteed turnaround, so we're looking to try and make sure that our outsourcing would meet that guarantee, firstly. Secondly, that we had fixed prices, because most of our fees are fixed, and we didn't really want to be having variable prices from an outsourcing model or varying times. We had experiences of promises being made and they just weren't being kept. So we would be telling clients that we'd have the accounts finished within a certain period, or a factory turn finished within a certain period, and they just weren't being kept, or the standard of the product was poor when it came back to us, even if on time, and then we'd have to spend a lot of time putting that right. Well, currently we're in constant contact with our provider. Whereas in the past we'd have a different person each time we spoke. Now we have one recognised contact who manages the whole project from the outsourcing side, which means our account managers know exactly who to speak to and how to get things sorted. Without wishing to repeat myself, it's the fact that we've got one single point of contact. Having that means that at any point in time we can get an answer relatively quickly without having to delay the process as far as the client is concerned. Definitely, we've seen a vast improvement in the turnaround. We've seen a vast improvement in the end product, and the fees are fixed, so we know exactly what we're getting, how much it's costing us, and time scale wise the clients are extremely happy. Surprisingly smooth. In a previous existence, when we've changed from one provider to another, the timing of getting records across, the process itself, etc., always seemed to be very cumbersome and difficult to manage. With Outbooks, it's been extremely simple. Customer-wise, they benefit from knowing that we're going to hit all our promises. They're going to get a quality product back, and we'll be able to talk to an account manager within the time scale that we've promised. It means that they can actually see the benefit of us outsourcing, and we have more time to understand what we're talking to them about. In terms of staff, I suppose it's the reverse of that. Our staff know that we will deliver on time, which means they've got that much more time to understand what it is we are providing the client with, and to discuss any areas that are of concern. Well, longer term, it gives us the ability to grow in a much more efficient and professional manner. We know that the relationship between our fees and the cost to us is fixed. Therefore, if we want to grow, whereas in the past we've had to take on 3, 4, maybe 5 members of staff in order to grow significantly, we now know that actually it's just a product that can grow as quickly as we want it to. But once the accounts or data is uploaded, we can forget it. We don't need to worry about it until it comes back into our inbox for us to review and pass on to clients. As I said earlier, constantly we'd be going back and forth with previous providers, which meant that the product, whilst delivered maybe on time, would then be exaggerated in terms of us getting it over to the client. I suppose if I'm going to be ultra picky, I would say that possibly the communication of what we should expect has been missing a little bit, but I am being extremely picky there. For example, we wouldn't have known, for example, with tax returns, that they get them turned around and sent them to an inbox. I'm sat there waiting for an email, which is what we always had in the past. But that's extremely picky, because they'd done the job, it was there, it was just me not reading it. We've used three or four other outsourcing products since we started. When PBL started in 2012, we immediately outsourced. We've used Iris to start with, but we've moved from them to a Scottish company, and then to other outsourcing models, but none of them as good as what we've got now. Oh, that's extremely simple. If you haven't given it a go yet, the real question is, why haven't you? Because, as I say, in terms of scalability, it's awesome. We couldn't have asked for a better relationship. Whenever we have any minor issues, they're ironed out immediately. The process is changed if needs be. If we find that something isn't quite working right, we couldn't have asked for a better service, to be honest. I'm sure you would have gathered by my comments so far that I think we're absolutely delighted with the service we're getting, and that's not just me as the proprietor, it's the whole team. Everyone is happy with the way it's going, they all seem to know what's happening, and again, as I say, because you've only got one point of contact, it's easy for everyone. They all just go back to one person and get an answer.